Hey guys, it's Benedictine's the truth. On most of the videos that I've published recently, there's comments from people who are asking me where I'm from. I'm from South Africa, guys. I'm from South Africa. I'm Tsonga. Nivalavula Xitsonga. Tsonga people and Zulu people used to be one until we decided to do what humans do. We decided to fight, and we decided to create our own tribe because of that. Yeah, because human beings will always find reasons to fight. It's crazy, bro. The fact that we find reasons to fight, like we don't want to live in peace, bro. If we realize that, like, human beings will find a reason to fight. We used to blame, the people who are in power. Hey, it's the people who are in power who are dividing us. African people are peaceful. Man, I'm African, all right? I know that we always find reasons to fight. We fight over stupid things. People gossip. People are competing. They don't want to see their friends win. They don't want to see their friends happy. They don't want to see their friends doing well. They don't want to see their relatives doing well. Dude. Humans fight. We are animals that can speak. But we still do the things that animals do. We still fight over stupid things. In African spirituality, there's this ritual. We call it kupahla, right? Kupahla. We go to the graves of our dead loved ones, and we pour alcohol and start praying to them. Start telling them what we want. We would clap hands and then start telling them what we want. We tell them to protect us. We tell them to give us money, to give us a good life. When you get a new woman, you go with her to the grave and actually introduce her. Yeah. Growing up, I used to wonder if I would be a good ancestor. Like if some people from my bloodline decided to pray to me, to watch over them and to give them what they want, will I be able to be there? And that made me think twice about having children, actually. Like, man, so I'm gonna have to, watch over my children after I've left. I'm gonna have to watch over their children. Damn, like, how am I going to enjoy myself in the afterlife if I'm going to be like watching people who are still on earth? Like, that would suck. I don't want to be watching over people who are on earth. I would want to enjoy myself, It would be impossible to enjoy myself if I'm still worried about the people that I've left on earth. So that would make me think, hey, maybe having children is not really a good idea. As I got older, I started to become more realistic. Like, hey, look, Honestly, I have not really been enjoying my life, and I do not think I have been doing anything wrong. Right? I do not think that there is something that I was doing wrong and that is why I was not enjoying my life. I think that in this world you can suffer even if you're not doing anything wrong. It's possible to suffer even if you're not doing anything wrong. Like, it just depends on luck. You know, where do you live? That counts. Which tribe do you belong to? That counts. What's the color of your skin? That counts. Who's your father? Who's your mother? That counts. Are you healthy? That counts. Are you strong? That counts. Are you handsome? That counts. Are you charismatic? That counts. Do people love you? That counts. There are a lot of things that are outside of our control that are causing suffering in our lives. Like, things that are outside of our control that are causing suffering in our lives. So yeah, I'd ask myself, man, like, really, if I'm suffering, bruh, and I even been doing things that are wrong, things that maybe my friend can tell me that, hey man, that's what you've been doing wrong, or things that my mom can tell me, hey, that's what you've been doing wrong. You know, that's why you're going through this, that's why you're going through that. There's things that my teachers will tell me, that's what you're doing wrong. Things that my pastors will tell me, that's what you're doing wrong. If I'm not doing things that other people can say are wrong, but I'm suffering, can I guarantee that if I bring a person into this planet, they won't suffer? How do I make sure that if I bring a person on this planet, they do not suffer? So I used to tell myself that, yeah, man, because like when I was younger, I feel like I suffered a lot because I didn't have money. Like, I used to want things that I couldn't afford. So it's like, you know, I used to tell my friends, you know, my friends had kids when we were still in high school. I used to tell them that, hey, man, I'm only going to have children when I have money. I will have money. That's when I'm going to have children. Now, nope. Because I have suffered and I don't want my children to go through what I went through. I would not feel good if my child asked me to buy them something that they want, something that they really want, and I tell them that, oh son, I do not have money. You know, things ain't the same for everyone, you know. Yeah, I do understand that your friend, you know, he has these sneakers that you want, but I mean, his dad has a good job. I do not have a good job. I do not want to tell my children that. I would feel guilty, bro. I don't love lying, but I would have to lie. Like, if I had children and they asked me to buy them something that I couldn't afford, I would just have to lie. Probably be like, you know what? You want Nike Air Force Ones? Okay, you gotta understand the history of Nike. Like, to understand that you don't really want Nike Air Force Ones, you know. Having children keeps you energetically tied to this realm. Because if you have children and you know, they still need you, you gotta be there for them. Imagine if you're not making money, but your children need you. You would find yourself having to work shitty jobs, right? just to be able to take care of them, because you're not gonna feel good if your children are suffering. If you are a decent human being, you're not supposed to feel good if your children are suffering. Like, that doesn't make sense. So you're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to do anything for money. Anything. As long as you're taking care of your children. Because why? Why would you not do anything? Like, really, think about it. If you had children, if you don't have children, like, wouldn't you do anything just to make sure that you are able to at least afford some of the things that they want? Will you just be like, you know what, it is what it is, man. I might not have a job now, but I'm not gonna work a shitty job. I'm going to look for a good job. You're a bit comfortable because you're only thinking about yourself. You're not just thinking about other people. But if you're also thinking about other people, that sucks. You're like, my kid was crying yesterday because he wanted a PlayStation, or he went to this neighbor's house to play with other kids, and they didn't treat him so well, so he had to come home and he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have toys. There's no TV. There's nothing. Like, how would you feel? You wouldn't feel good. So you try to do anything to, at least, make your kid happy. It means that you're going to have to be energetically tied to this room. You're not going to be like, I'm not working a shitty job. No, you got to work a shitty job because, well, you got to take care of your children. You just don't have a choice. You can't just be like, I'm going to be woke, I'm going to detach myself. You can't detach yourself. And once you have children, you can't detach yourself. You need to be there for them. They need you. They need their mother. They need their father. So it's hard for you to do the kind of work that you are doing because you are needed, right? You are needed by the people that you've brought into this place. And you need to be there for them, 100%. If you bring a person into this place, you have to be there for them. This is something that some parents don't even understand. You have to be there for the people that you have brought into this place. Because they didn't ask you to bring them here. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you made a deal with them. Like, yeah, you know what, man, I'm going to bring you into this world. And maybe I'm going to take care of you for 10 years. And you're going to have to fend for yourself after the age of 10. Nah, you didn't have a conversation with them before you brought them here. You brought them here without their consent. That is 100% true. So that means you have to take care of them. You have to help them. Whenever they need you, you have to help them. Like, that is important. It will be selfish to not be there for your children. Even if they do not succeed in life, even if they become useless, you have to be there for them. Because you are the one who brought them into this realm, knowing what was possible. Knowing that it was possible to have a child who's not gonna amount to anything, because we're competing. Because, well, sometimes it also has to do with luck. You cannot guarantee that your child is gonna make it in this realm, bruh. You can't. Life is hard, bruh. People are stressing. People pretend as if succeeding in this place is easy. It's not. It's not easy. You think people don't want to succeed? Do you think people who are unaliving themselves don't want to succeed and feel better in life? They're tired. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do because it's not easy to change your life. It's not easy to make things better for yourself. That is why some people decide to do that. That's why some people give up, end up, living in the street. That's why we have so many people who are just tired, just, doing nothing. because it's not easy to make it in this realm, bro. There's like 8 billion humans who are competing, right? 8 billion humans who are competing. What did you expect? It's not like humans are competing so that they'll be on top and then help those who are at the bottom. No. They're competing so that they'll be on top and then gain more power. That's how the whole game has been set up. It's not like you get on top so that you help those who are at the bottom. No, you get on top so that you gain more power. I remember there's something that kind of fucked me up when I was young. I didn't understand it, but now I understand why, it happened like that. If you are a music producer, maybe you'll be able to relate. So when we were still learning how to produce music, 2012, 2013, we didn't have programs that, we didn't have like Cubase, Fruity Loops, so you had to go to people who had these programs. You find that they got these programs from from their friends for free, but they'll ask you to pay a lot of money. Oh, they will not even give you these programs. Like no, I'm not giving you this program. Like, they ask you to pay a lot of money. And you're like, you don't lose anything by giving me this program. Like, look, we live in villages, bro. Like, what do you expect? I don't have money. Obviously, you can't compare me to someone who grew up in America. Maybe they gotta pay for these things. Maybe, you know what I mean? But look at me, bro. I grew up, like we don't have that. We don't have that luxury. So, but I do understand things from the companies, but it's not even like, I do understand why these companies have to sell this, this product. But us helping one another, come on, dude. But as I got older, I realized that human beings don't want to help one another, even if they can. They want to be on top. So you find that a person just wants to be the only producer in the village. So they're like, I'm not giving you this program, because if I give you this program, then I'm not going to be the only producer anymore. I'm not going to be special anymore. This is why some people are keeping knowledge from us. They know some things that they're not telling us. That's why you hear that there's been UFOs that have been discovered, but then no one is telling us about these UFOs, So people don't get on top so that they will help those who are at the bottom. They get on top so that they will dominate, so that they will be treated like kings. That's how we've been programmed as humans. This is the kind of world that we live in, We pretend as if we live in a world where people are helping one another, in a world where people are friendly, like that. Like, nah, man. And it sucks. Like, the more conscious you become, the more you understand why people behave the way that they behave. The more you see the truth, when people come into your life, you see why they are in your life. It's like no one comes into your life just to help. Isn't that crazy? Like, hey, man, I just want to help. For real, like, that's it. Like, I just want to, like, it's not like that. There's a reason why when people like Mr. Beast make videos where they're like giving someone money, they cry. Why do you think they cry? They just can't believe that a person can give them $10,000 out of nowhere. You broke, you're suffering, you live in the street, you have nothing, and someone comes and give you $10,000. Oh man, you cry, even if you never, like, there are people in this world who don't cry, no matter what happens. I mean, not no matter what happens, but when bad, like, no matter how fucked up things can get, they'll never cry. They've been through so much that when bad things happen, it's almost as if they feel nothing. Like, they're so used to bad things happening that it's like they don't really feel anything. But if something really good happens, they cry, right? Like, they actually cry because they just can't believe. They just can't believe that can happen. Like, you know what I mean? Because it doesn't happen. So you have to understand where we're at. So we mustn't pretend as if it's easy to succeed in this room, because it's not. It's not easy, bro. Everyone is trying. You know, this is something that a lot of people do not realize. Everyone is trying. It's just that you don't see, you know, that everyone is trying. You only see after people have made it that they really tried, you know. I mean, some people even lie about how hard they tried. We realize that. That is why the people who are managing Tyler, you know, have been saying that she's black. They know that black people in South Africa like have been through a lot. So if they say she's black, a black South African won a what award did she win? Was it a Grammy? Oh, that will make her popular. So people who become very, very successful, they wanna like tell people how hard their lives were, even if their lives weren't hard, bro. You know, remember that song by Drake, started from the bottom, now we're here, and people were like, Drake, did you really go through hell, bro? Like, did you really like? But everyone will try to make it seem as if when they were growing up things were hard, even if things weren't hard. Like, even if you were raised in a single mother household, you might find that your mother treated you well, you know, and things like you made it when you're still young, but you still kind of like find a way to make it seem as if your story like to make your story seem like it was sad, right? Like you've really had a bad life, you know, you're not where you are because of luck, you've really suffered. But the truth is, yeah, there are people who are suffering, bro, and most people who truly suffer in this realm don't even make it. It's usually the people who don't really suffer, who make it and then lie about suffering. There's a reason why American rappers hate fake gangsters. Like someone rapping about their lives, like, you know, they grew up in the street for real, you know, and then someone who didn't grow up in the street lie about, you know, how they grew up. Like that, they hate that. American rappers hate that shit. Having children keeps you tied to this realm, even after you've left, because you're gonna worry about your children. This reminds me of this guy who had a dream where he had a family. Like, I think he was in a coma, so he had a dream where he was like, had his family, took care of his family, loved his family, and then one day he woke up. He was staring at the lamp, and the lamp started like it started looking strange, and then he woke up. He missed his family after waking up, so he missed his family from the dream. This is crazy. But yeah, think about it. You'd still be energetically tied to this realm, and I think you would actually increase your chances of reincarnating back here, because you'll be too attached, bro. Like once you have like these people that you love unconditionally, and you just, you know what I mean, like you want things to go well for them, they're your children, you want to be there for them, right? You want to come back for them, you want things to go well for them. Like, you wouldn't be able to feel good if they're suffering, you know. Parents who, like, good parents, they don't want to see their children suffering, bruh. Like, they'll do anything to protect their children from the realities of this world, right? They will do anything to protect their children from the realities of this world. So I always wonder when I hear someone who is believed to be conscious saying, I have a new baby on the way. Like, what? They'll be like, if you're in Westworld, if you've watched the TV series Westworld, watch the first season. Watch the first season of Westworld. You'd love it. It's like if I was a robot in Westworld, and I realized that there were people who were coming into my village, and they had superpowers, and they did things to me that I wouldn't even think that a human can do to another human. And I realized that I'm not even powerful enough to actually be able to defeat them, because they have superpowers. They can hurt me however they want to hurt me, and then even after even if they unalive me, I'll be taken into a place where they will repair me and then wipe off my memories completely, and then the whole thing starts all over again. And then I go through abuse, and then the whole thing starts all over again forever. It'll be like me living in a place like that and telling people that, hey, this is what's going on. Telling other robots, if I was like a robot, telling other robots, hey, this is what's going on here, man. There's these people, these real humans who've created us, who live in this other world, and they control us. They come here to do whatever they want to do. When they are angry, they just come here and then they do things that they will do to the people who have made them angry. If they want sex, they come here and then And I forgot to tell you guys, like, I have a baby on the way. Like, will that make sense? After I have explained what is actually going on and I say I have a baby on the way, will that make sense? Would you take me seriously? How would you take me seriously? Some people be telling you that there's reptilians, they live longer than us. Like, they can live for more than 1,000 years. They can shape shift. They even know how to teleport. They have technology. Like, they can do things. They can even read your minds. They can do things that you can never ever do as a human. And when we die, they manipulate us into coming back here. They lie to us, make us feel guilty about some of the things that we did, and then they lie to us, and then we end up coming back here. They're controlling everything. They want you to, do things that are not in your best interest. And then I say, yeah, I have a baby on the way. Like, oh, you take me serious? Like, will that even make sense? So I'm aware that, let's say I say that there's more than 70% of people that you see are not even like real people. It's reptilians, and I say I'm having children. Would you take me serious, and why would you take me seriously? Because that really contradicts my message. I'm telling you that the place that we're in is truly fucked up, and I'm having children. Like, how do you take me seriously? It's like Christians telling you that they believe that when we die we're gonna get judged, right? And they believe that many people are gonna go to hell. It's not like they believe like 50% of people are gonna go to heaven and 50% of people are gonna go to hell. No, I think they believe more than 90% of people are going to hell, bro. So they preach that there's hell. There's this God who is gonna send people to hell if they don't pass his test. He's basically gonna hide from them, and if they don't, like, he's gonna play hide and seek with them, and if they don't find him, he's gonna send them to hell to burn for eternity. That's the game. But they don't have a problem making people play that game. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, how do you even justify that? No, the average Christian believes 100% that hell and heaven exist, all right? But they don't have a problem putting people in this game. It doesn't make sense. Like, it's the most bigfoot thing ever. He like, what? So you just preach about hell and now you're saying you have a baby on the... Why? How do you even justify that? How would you feel if you end up in heaven, if your child ended up in hell because, well, they didn't find God, because, you know, God was playing hide and seek with them, so they don't find God, and then, yeah, you see your child burning in hell for eternity. Like, how would you feel? How would you feel like a good person in that situation? It doesn't make any sense. It's not justifiable, right? So it's never made sense to me when I hear these people that everyone is following, that is saying that we must follow. You know, people will be recommending these people on my channel, like, hey, listen to this person, listen to them. I'm like, no, it doesn't make sense that this person is saying the things that they're saying, but they are having children, because that contradicts everything that they're saying. Like, if you really believe the things that you're saying, you wouldn't be having children. It doesn't make any sense. If you are having children, it means that something is wrong. I do not know what's wrong, but something is wrong. If you believe what you're telling me about the world and you are having children, something is wrong. Because you're telling me that there are things that are going on in the world that no human would be able to stand if they knew what was actually going on, but you don't mind having children. Like, that's scary. It makes sense to have children if you don't think we are having a bad experience as humanity. If you think that, yeah, we're having a good experience, this is a positive experience that we're having as a collective, yes, that makes complete sense. But if you don't feel like this is a positive experience that we're having as humanity, if you feel like there's some reptilians that are, you know, doing whatever they want with us, you know, that are controlling our dreams, you know, making us have experience sleep paralysis, there are these beings that are, you know, making us suffer so that they'll get loose from us. If you believe that and you're having children, to me it doesn't make sense. I'm struggling to understand that. How? I mean, that's when if you realize that will be like the first, like the most important thing to talk about. Actually, if you realize that something is off with this world, that will be like the main thing to talk about. Like, not having children, you'll be like, no, this place is messed up. Just like if you date a person who is just messed up, right? And maybe some of the people that you know want to date that person. I mean, you might tell them that, hey, man, that person, nah, man, that person. If you live in a town where you can get robbed at any time, and you decided to maybe go like visit your friends in another town, they say, oh, I want to go and live in a town where you live. I mean, you'd have to, like, if you're a good friend, you tell them that, hey, man, like, where I'm from, like, you know, shit always goes down, man. Like, I don't know if you can, you know, be able to deal with the things that go down, you know, where I'm from. Like, it's normal for humans to try to protect the people that they love from harm. So if there's a place that you know isn't good, you wouldn't want the people that you love to go to that place. If there are people that you know are not good, you wouldn't want the people that you love to be around these people that are not good, right? So if you talk about how bad some people are, this bad person is bad, you know, that person is bad, you know what they've done? You tell people all the things that they've done, and you're like, yeah, man, my friend, you gotta go and live with that person. But you just told everyone that person is horrible. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense, bro. That doesn't make, like, that makes zero sense. It's unjustifiable. You can't justify that. You can't justify that in any reality. So I've always wondered why some people would recommend, you know, the channels of people who don't see anything wrong with making people participate in this realm. Like, what are they actually telling me? Because it doesn't make sense. If that's how they feel, they're making these claims about what's going on, talking about some beings that are doing some things as if that's what they know, like they have some information, they know what they're talking about. But they're also saying that they don't mind bringing more and more people here. That really doesn't make sense. We need to be honest with ourselves about what the heck is going on here. Us lying to ourselves doesn't help at all. People be lying to themselves a lot. They actually become hypocrites, bro. I try my best to not be a hypocrite. That's why I'm like, I'm not gonna make someone participate in this thing, because I think something, like, I don't believe that we are having a positive experience. I think there's something wrong. So I can't just make people participate in this game that they're not even asking to be part of, and knowing what I have been through, understanding my pain, understanding my suffering, understanding that I would prefer non-existence, after this. Like, if I was given the option to come back and the option to not exist, I'll be like, bro, like, thank you. Like, I didn't even think that it was possible, but yeah, I'm out. I couldn't imagine if I had children. I'd be worried, like more worried than I am now. Now, if you already have children and you have woken up, love them. Try to teach them the right things. Be there for them. Treat them well, because they didn't ask to be here. So you have to treat them well. Treat them the way that you would want to be treated. I know parents who don't treat their children well, because it's like they kind of believe somehow that they gave their children a gift, so they don't treat them well. Like, I gave you a gift, I raised you when I had nothing. Like, yeah, but you the one who wanted this. It's not like your child wanted this, so you did that. It was not even a sacrifice, it's just what you wanted. So even if you raised them while you had nothing, it's what you truly wanted. So yeah, your children deserve the best from you. They don't need you to make them feel guilty for what you have done for them. You had to, because that's the choice that you have made. You made a choice to bring a child into this world, so you had to be there for them. You have to treat them well. So yeah, I would say, if you already have children, don't feel guilty. The truth is that as humans, we don't really have free will. So it does happen that before you maybe start to understand things in a different way, you have children, and then you start to understand things in a different way, and you start to regret. But no, don't regret. Don't even regret having children, because you didn't, like, you don't really have free will. Just love your children. Just try to treat them well. And the reason why I'm saying you must love your children and treat them well is because trauma also keeps people energetically tied to this realm. You see, trauma also keeps people energetically tied to this realm. If you do not treat your children well and they end up traumatized, they're gonna end up being tied to this realm somehow. you know, because of the pain that they've had to experience. You see, trauma also make people dysfunctional, so they're going to make a lot of mistakes in life that might actually end up making them feel like they are tied, they owe something to this realm, you know. So try your best to love them. Make sure that they don't have daddy issues. If you're a man and you have children, like, you gotta love your children, man. If you bring your, like, even if your relationship with them is not working, it's you who's gotta make it work, because you are older, so you're supposed to be more intelligent than them, and be able to make things work. So if you're a parent and your relationship with your children is not working, it's your fault. It's you who has to make things work. Period. I don't care, you know, how bad your children are. You still gotta make it work. You still gotta find a way to be there for them in the best way possible, because you're the one who brought them here. There was not an agreement between you and them before, you know, you brought them here. It's a little different from like having a relationship, right, where two people agree that they're going to be in a relationship. Both parties, you know, have to you know, do well, right? Both parties have to do well, because there's agreement there. If I decide to have a relationship with a woman, I have to do well, she has to do well, so that we can have a relationship. But if I decide to bring a child into this world because I didn't have an agreement with the child, even if that child is not doing well, even if that child is stealing from me, I still have to love them. I still have to try to teach them the way. You see, I do not run away, because I'm the one who brought them into this realm. I'm the one who brought them into this realm where they have desires. And if I'm broke and I can't afford the things that they want, and they do not know how to control their desires, maybe they might end up doing something bad. But I must be there for them and try to train them so that their future is going to be good. You know, because if I abandon them, then they might end up doing horrible things. So yeah, don't regret. If you've already brought people here and you start to understand the things that I'm saying, don't ever regret. Just love your children. But yeah, it really is weird that we do live with people who are, you know, telling us, you know, that you know, they know what's going on, and what's going on is not good, and you know, we're not gonna win, you know, because these people who are telling us what we're up against, they know that what we're up against is next level. It's like thinking that animals can win against humans. No, they can't. We can communicate effectively. We can plan things out. We can fool these animals. See that a bit? We can plan. Even if we didn't even have technology, like, we would be able to win against animals. Even if we didn't have technology, like humanity, you see how, you know, how like how weak we are. Like, we're unable to, like, we wouldn't match up very well against most of these, you know, animals that we are afraid of. But they can't communicate, they can't work together, but we can work together. We can plan on how to, you know, win and end up winning, because we can work together. That's like our superpower. So even if we didn't have technology, we'd still be able to win. They wouldn't even know that you know, we're attacking them. Actually, they wouldn't even know, because they can't even communicate. They'll just run away. And so you gotta realize that these people, they, you know, the technology that they have is so damn advanced. Like, they're only just giving us what they want to give us, when you think about it. And we can't create anything technologically. I mean, like, we can't create anything technological. So that they can do whatever they want. Like, they can, you know, I came across this video on TikTok of this lady complaining that, you know, her phone is watching her. Some people believe that birds are watching us. Like some people believe that birds are drones. You know, some people believe that there are frequencies that are messing up with our brains and all that. You see, the food that we're given, the water and all that. You have to realize there's a lot going on that we might not realize is going on. So if we don't understand what this is, if we don't understand what is actually possible, you know, if we don't understand what some people are capable of, you know, they're doing some things that we would never dream of doing, you know, we gotta think twice. We gotta think twice about creating more people, because it's not like you're gonna create people who are going to be able to do these things. Like, that's rare. No, there are secret societies in this world that are able to identify people who belong to this society, put them through some tests to see if they really belong in these societies, and yeah, they tell them what they need to tell. Like, I do think that an average person can bring a person to, like, they can carry this DNA that kind of like belong to the, like, that kind of like, that's the same as the DNA that these elites are having. So somehow, so they gotta identify these people, and then yeah, tell them what they are, tell them some truth about this realm, some secrets about this realm. But obviously, secrets are being kept away from us, bro. Like, they're not telling us what we need to know. They're treating us like children. But like, yeah, you know, we gotta protect our citizens. We can't tell them that this is what's going on because they're gonna panic. Like, yeah, you're a human too. You're a human too, and there are people that are more intelligent than you and who will actually handle the situation better than you. And you treat them like they're children, like they don't deserve to know. Why do you deserve to know? What makes you so special that you actually deserve to know? Shouldn't we tell people the truth and see what they do with it? You might say, yeah, they're bad for not telling us the truth. But as a human being, you are also like that. Those that are less conscious than you, you treat them poorly. That's why, like, I don't judge. I don't judge people like, hey, they're evil, that this and that. It's the world that we live in, bruh. You know, those who have more power than other people, they abuse their power, just like we abuse our power. Just like we treat animals the way that we treat them. You know, when they look at us, they see devils. They see what we see when we look at the people that are controlling us. So does it mean that they are evil? Does it mean that we are evil? Does it mean that the animals themselves are evil because they are doing the same thing? It's just how we've been programmed. So I think it would be brilliant to not put someone through this, because there's nothing that I will gain out of it. You know, like, when you think deeply, what do you gain? Yes, you know, I might feel like my life has no meaning. Yes, I might feel lonely sometimes. I might feel sad sometimes, but I gotta be strong enough to be able to handle my loneliness without transferring my loneliness to, you know what I mean, someone else. I must handle my own boredom without having to put someone through what I went through. That really doesn't make sense. And I do not want to be energetically tied to this room. I want to be free, you know, to do what I want while I'm still in this room, and even after, you know, I've left this room. I still want to be free. I don't want to make choices because I've, you know, there's something that I feel guilty about. But like, yeah, I gotta do this, I gotta do that because I feel guilty now. Thank you, guys.